My name's Adam. I'm from the customer success team here at RunDiffusion. I've got some great news. RunDiffusion is now beginning to roll out plugins, and we just released 2 of them this week, one for Photoshop and one for Miro. This video is going to talk about the Photoshop plugin. So first thing you want to do is you want to go and install it. We have a tutorial for that gives you a step-by-step. To access that, click on Resources, and then head on down here to where it says Learn. Click one time, and that'll bring you to our article page, and you can see at the very top here the RunDiffusion Photoshop plugin. If you don't see it here, you can always search for it with this little search key up here and just type in Photoshop, and there it is right at the top. If you click on that, it'll give you a step-by-step on how to set up the RunDiffusion Photoshop plugin. Now, if you've already got an account, I want to give you a quick little walkthrough. If you're a team or an enterprise, I'm going to show you how to access it inside your current account, and then we're going to jump right over into Photoshop and begin generating images. So first thing we want to do is we want to click on Login in the top right. If you don't have an account, please make one. Go ahead and do a free sign up. Once you sign up or log in, you'll be brought over to the RunDiffusion platform. That's what you're seeing right now. And you can see over here in the bottom left, you have a Manage My Plan. If you are on a free account, you're going to want to sign up for at least a hobby, but I'm going to recommend a pro account for this activity. If you're on a team or enterprise account, you can click on your account menu here and go to your team or enterprise dashboard. From there, you can click over here where it says Plugins and APIs. Click there one time, and that'll bring you to your plugins and API integrations page, and you can see there is Adobe Photoshop and Miro here. From there, go ahead and click on Get Started, which again gives you a little bit of information, but what we'd like you to do is click on Get it on the Adobe Exchange. Now, if you're on a pro or a hobby plan, you won't have access to the company dashboard, but you can go directly to the Adobe Exchange and type in RunDiffusion and download the plugin that way. Just make sure you click on the official one. I'll go ahead and click on it. I've already installed it, but just to show you what it looks like, you'll see where it says RunDiffusion for Photoshop. Go ahead and install it from there, and once you're done there, we'll load up Photoshop and get you started. Alright guys, now that we have Photoshop open and our plugin installed, let's go ahead and use it. So first thing we want to do is open an existing image, or we can go to File and New Image and set up our custom workflow. I'm going to go with 1024 by 1024. Gives a nice little square image, and we'll hit Create. And you can see, since I have the plugin installed and I've used it before, it pops right out here. You can minimize it like that. You can also pop this out and move it where you want it to be. It's up to you. I'm going to leave mine here for now. If you don't see it here, that's okay. If you have plugins up here, click here one time. You see it says RunDiffusion for Photoshop, and click one time here, okay? Now let's go ahead and do the next part. We'll click here, and we need to log in with our RunDiffusion account. So when we click Sign in with RunDiffusion, you'll notice there's a code here that pops up. Just be aware of this. You don't need to memorize it completely. Just get an idea of what it is. And then you'll see it wants to open the website. Click Allow. And you can see that code here matches what we had in the app. So we'll go ahead and click Allow, and that will connect the two together. Plugin is now connected. We'll minimize that, and there it loads up, and we are now ready to start generating images. Now you'll notice we have an edit, a generate, and a library. We're going to start with generate because we've got a blank canvas here. I'm going to go ahead and pick, let's do Flex 2 9B. That's a nice and quick model. And you can also see here we can set our resolution, our guidance scale and inference depth if we want. I like it mine about 35 for flex models. And let's go ahead and type a prompt. We'll type a beautiful sunset with orange and red colors in the background, and in the foreground a beautiful home on a cliff next to the ocean. Very standard. And you can see here the estimated cost for this particular model is quite affordable, just 24 tokens in 15 seconds, around about. So when you hit generate there, that will start the process of sending it over to RunDiffusion to generate your image. And once it's generated, it will come back to us here. Okay, and you can see here it says done, and we can have our little preview here. Let's go ahead and grab this and just move this out of the way real quick. And we can see we have our preview image and our image in the background. Let's take a look at that. So we have our house on the cliffside like we asked for. Now you can see that some of the details may not be perfect for us because we use a Klein model. It's a distilled model. It's not one of the higher ends, but that's okay. And I did that on purpose because I wanted to use the edit model to show you what we can do with it. So let's go ahead and click over on edit. And we have two options. We can entire canvas or just the marquee. We're going to start with the entire canvas. And then next thing we're going to do, we have some options. We have Seedream, Nano Banana, and ChatGPT. Let's go with, for this one, let's go with Seedream. Okay, and let's give it some prompts here. So we'll say, change the house to a 3-story, no, let's change the house to a condo and a high resolution photograph. Okay, and we are doing the entire image here. We're not doing just a selection, so we'll hit this, we'll apply the edit, and that should make our changes. We'll go ahead and minimize this here so we can see when it pops in. And something you can be aware of why this is doing its generation is over here we have layers, and every time that we generate an image, it creates a new layer. It does not delete your existing layer. Okay, our edit just came in. So we can see here now we have a condo, but it didn't replace the house. I think I just told it to change the house. Let's go ahead and edit this again. Didn't follow my last prompt the way I wanted it to, so I'm going to go ahead and swap out the Seedream here. Let's swap this out. We're going to go to Nano Banana 2. Try that instead, and we'll say remove the condo and the house, replace them with a beautiful 3-story home, high resolution photograph. And we'll try this one instead. Now this one may make it a little bit larger because Nano Banana 2 tends to put out 2048 by 2048, and that's okay because we can just resize it. And again, it is giving us layers so we can decide, which one we want to use and how we want to do it. Something to notice here, I did tell it to do a high resolution, and it did do that. You can see the difference of the layers here, from here, and then you click here. You can see how the lower definition kind of pops in. Okay, so we did tell it to remove our house and our condo and give us a mansion instead, right? And it did do that. So let's go ahead and check this out. There's before, after, and our edits are right there. But maybe we don't want to change the whole image, which was what we've been doing. You can see we've slowed changes we've made. Maybe instead we just need to change a piece. So that's when we're going to use our marquee instead, right? So we have it selected right now for the entire canvas. Let's go ahead and click change. We're going to go to marquee, and now we need to draw a section. Let's do it. Let's put it here. And actually I want it right about there. That should do the trick. Click here. We're going to pick our model again. I'm going to go ahead and keep Nano Banana 2. I like its output on the last one. And we'll hit here and we'll just say add a fishing ship on the horizon. And apply the edit. And see, this is just going to use this small selection that I selected here. It's not going to use the entire image. Go ahead and minimize this again. Okay, it looks like our fishing ship has been added in the distance here now. So now we have our image of a nice house, and we have our mansion, a fishing ship, nice little sunset, and I think that'll do it for this image today as a quick little tutorial for our RunDiffusion Photoshop plugin. If you still have any questions, feel free to always reach out to me at any time, either with our help ticket or also on our Discord. We are always happy to help you. Thank you so much.